before I even get to the latter questions that I had of like what it is that you just kind of unpacked from there, I'm really kind of curious because you have such extensive agency background, and that's really where you stepped into as your foray
That's right.
to marketing. I'm curious, do you think where you started is a good place to get started from a marketing perspective because it helps you understand things? Or
Oh,
knowing now what you know, would you be like, I actually would start at this point?
no. And I recommend for any young people that are coming out of school and they think, well, I got my Google certification. I can just work with my neighbors or my people I see on. I'm like, go inside an agency, a large agency working on a larger businesses and brands. So you really understand and get the discipline of what is the difference between branding, marketing, and advertising. There are completely different frameworks of how to approach, how to plan those. Our industry, because of that fragmentation, that explosion that I talked about back in 2008, 2010, we as an industry interchange those three terms. Um,
Yeah.
and we've kind of muddied. We and it makes it very difficult for growing businesses, owners. I call it the owner operators of businesses, or even like midsize that maybe haven't been able to hire that blue chip agency. They don't get that level of thinking, and so we've seen also a lot of people coming into agency space um, that just they're working for very small or very boutique, or boutique niche, and they're just not getting that level of thinking, that I call big agency thinking, because it's the processes, it's the approach of what made Apple Apple, what made Google Google, what made Michelin Michelin, that can be applied to a startup that's
Yes.
a baby. So it's and so when these businesses go out and go, they don't know what questions to even ask agencies. So they're buying what they think is what they need, but they're buying a task, but they're not doing it to um, from a strategic perspective.